Hello, this is Blaise and I'm here to talk to you today about gaming pricing models and what it means for us and for developers. I know I said that was like 10, but there's actually more like 4 main ones and then there's a million little hybrids. And it also depends on how they monetize each little section of their game. And that's an important word, monetize. Now the first one seems to be retail. Now this is just paying a chunk of money and you get the game. Yeah? Seems reasonable enough. Second one, DLC, downloadable content. If you buy a game and then they release some more content for it and you can also buy that. Number 3 is subscription based, and that speaks for itself. You pay a monthly fee, weekly fee, yearly fee, and you have access to the game. And number 4 is free to play. I think of them all, free to play is probably the most evil sounding. Pay to own, that's the one that we kind of had through the golden years. I would say that's sort of through the mid-90s to early to mid-2000s. They were already phasing it out though in like 2005. And it's great for the gamer because you pay one fee and then you never pay again. And it's what we had pretty much with StarCraft and with our expansion pack. And that's sort of a weird hybrid of DLC and pay to own. With pay to own, as a developer, you expect a huge spike that tapers off over time. It's a bit of a worry for a developer because all of your games suddenly become hit and miss. Only 1 in 20 games made their money back. Usually those that did made more than 20 times their money back, but that's some crazy statistics when they're pumping a few $1 million into every game. So pay to own is probably the nicest for all players because you pay it and then you own it. It's a bit worrying because you have to sort of fork out that money. You have to fork out the cash before you know whether you like the game. And that's what trials were good for. You could play sort of through a section of the game and see if the game flows well and plays well. So number 2, downloadable content, DLC. It's not quite evil, but the problem is that if you're a developer, you might be tempted to make your $60 game and then say, you know what, we could cut out a chunk of this game and just release day 1 downloadable content. And this has become a real problem. A lot of developers are sort of turning towards this. Yeah. Number 3, subscription based. Now subscription is good for a lot of reasons and bad for a few others, but mostly good. Mostly good. You see, with the subscription, you want the game to be engaging enough for the player to want to play it for a long time. It's good for the gamer in that you get a whole month's entertainment. For what? $15? And that's actually a pretty good deal. I might go to the movies tomorrow and that might be $15 for a few hours entertainment. As a developer, a subscription-based model is kind of the peak of where they can be as a profitable organization. And obviously, Blizzard still sits at the top of that mountain of gold. Number 4, free to play. It's so hard to value a game that is free to play. And here's where it's misleading. Obviously, they want to make money. With free to play, as a developer, you have to make sure that there's some reason for someone to pay money. This is where the almost evil attributes of free-to-play come to light, especially MMOs, MMORPGs. You might be playing along and you're leveling up so slowly, but you know what? If you put $2 in, you can get this potion and it lasts a whole day, and this potion gives you 3 times the experience. It's hard to value that game because you got it for free. Right? Free-to-play games is all about trading time for money. Facebook games are typically free-to-play. I'm not sure I'm aware of any Facebook game which is any of the 3 previous. If you're buying a game and that game is pay-to-own, retail, pay one price and then you have the game forever. For example, the Guild Wars series. That is probably a pretty good investment on your part, because you buy it once and now you have the game. It's like a book. You can take it out and open it whenever you want. But if a game starts coming out with downloadable content in Battlefield 3, or if you're aware that they will be releasing downloadable content in Battlefield 3, you might start to be wary as a consumer. To summarize, what I was trying to do with the order of things is describe how evil something is for players and how potentially lucrative something is usually for a developer. For players, retail, pay to own is great, we love it, and developers, yeah, not so much, because as a developer you get this big spike and then it sort of just tapers off. With DLC, for players it's a step down, but for developers it's a step up, because it means they get this huge spike and then they keep developing it and they get like little spikes. With subscription based, for players it's kind of because we have to pay money every month, but sometimes it works out to be really fantastic. It's sort of hit and miss again. For example, I bought Warhammer Age of Reckoning. I paid for that subscription. I bought a 6-month subscription. Yeah. Wrap your wallet around that one. And then you have free to play, which is potentially the worst, potentially the best. Free to play is really confusing, and I think it will stay that way for as long as so many people call their games free to play and then keep doing different things with it. I guess you have to research a free to play game, and that's the worry, because why is it free? What are they charging for? These are the things you need to find out. And if the game is sort of exploiting you, no one likes being exploited. And that's about all I got to say about that. Tomorrow, the internet and the evolution of games development and why they're now selling you broken games. Thank you for watching.